Welcome to Meal Prep Made Easy by Cooking Matters. This series will help home cooks make the most of their time in the kitchen by using recipes with shared ingredients to create 3 easy-to-make, delicious meals that will feed your family for days. Today, we'll be making mini pizzas, breakfast sandwiches, and pasta with veggies. By planning a menu of 3 dishes with a shared set of core ingredients, you can make a week's worth of cooking both cost and time effective. Throughout the episode, ingredients will be added to the meal prep bank. Banked ingredients will be used again in later recipes. This week, we'll be cooking smart with these core ingredients. Each will be used in more than one dish. Let's find out how.
First up, we're going to be making mini pizzas, but before we start with the prep, we're going to preheat our oven to 450 degrees. We are going to split our English muffins and toast them for a few minutes in the oven.
A family of 4 will have 2 English muffins left in the packet. We don't want those to go to waste, so stay tuned for a breakfast recipe that will use up the extras.
So while we're waiting for our English muffins to toast, you can get started on the vegetable prep. For this recipe, we use onions, mushrooms, and peppers, chopped very small and sauteed for a couple minutes.
Save time for a quick meal later in the week by prepping and cooking extra veggies when making your mini pizzas. We'll also be using our leftover seasoned sauce for our 3rd recipe.
You can mix your spices right into the tomato sauce jar and mix them in. So we're gonna add a little bit of oregano and a little bit of basil, and these get mixed in right into the jar. It's a great step in the recipe where kids can get in there and get mixing and help you out. We also shredded our mozzarella cheese ahead of time so that we can be ready to top our pizzas with that. Once our muffins are brown, we're gonna pull them out of the oven and cool them on a cooling rack. Letting kids make their own mini pizzas is a great way to get them involved in the process. So they could take the sauce and they could be the ones who spread it on the English muffins. You'll probably need about 1 to 2 tablespoons of sauce per English muffin half. Next, we're gonna add some of the vegetables, the cooked vegetables. And by cooking the vegetables, you get a little extra sweetness, which end up being a bit more palatable for kids who might have picky palates. And you could use any kind of vegetable that your family likes. For this version of the mini pizzas, we're using mushrooms, onions, and peppers, but you could use cooked broccoli, you could use sauteed spinach, whatever you have in your refrigerator that you need to use up. Next, we're gonna add a little bit of cheese. And then finally, if your family likes, you can add some turkey pepperoni. And there's lots of different variations of these mini pizzas. You could make buffalo chicken, you could make, use different types of meats. Kind of whatever your family enjoys is a great topping for the pizza. So now that these are assembled, they're gonna go back onto the tray and into the oven for another few minutes. And when the cheese has melted, we know that they are done.
And that's our first dish. Mini pizzas not only make a quick meal, but you'll be able to repurpose several of the ingredients, giving you a jump start on recipes later in the week.
Next up for this episode, we are going to make breakfast sandwiches. So let's begin. We're gonna take 2 of the English muffins that we had from the pack and split them just like we did for the mini pizzas. First, we're gonna prepare our toppings so that they'll be ready when the eggs are cooked. I've already sliced the tomato, and now I'm gonna slice the avocado. I've turned the stovetop on to a medium heat, and we'll put about 1 teaspoon of oil in. Now that the oil is warm, we are going to crack our eggs into the pan. For this recipe, I'm making fried egg sandwiches, but you could scramble your eggs, and that would taste great too. So it's been about 2 minutes, and it looks like our eggs are ready to flip. The whites of the eggs have cooked through, and now we can cook on the other side. So now our eggs are ready, and we're going to put them onto the bottom halves of the English muffins. So next we're gonna add some spinach. We've sauteed some.
Spinach can wilt quickly, so planning multiple recipes that will use ingredients with a shorter shelf life will not only save you time when you cook it once, it will also help you get ahead of spoiled produce.
And we will be using the remaining spinach for our pasta dish. Next, we're gonna add a slice of tomato, some avocado slices, and the top of the English muffins. This would be great served with some fruit salad, a fruit smoothie, or even some leftover sweet potato wedges.
That's 2 dishes done. Next up, we have a quick weeknight meal that repurposes several ingredients from our first 2 recipes.
For the last recipe of this episode, we are gonna make pasta with veggies. So for this recipe, we're gonna be using some whole wheat macaroni that I just cooked. We're gonna be using the leftover sauce that we have from our mini pizzas, the leftover spinach that we have from our breakfast sandwiches, and the remaining sauteed veggies that we also use from our mini pizzas. So we're gonna start by heating up the sauce, putting it into a pot. We're gonna add the sauteed veggies. We're gonna add the spinach so that it cooks down a little bit. So now that the sauce is done cooking, we can add our pasta. So once the pasta goes in, you wanna stir it and make sure that everything gets incorporated. And now we're going to serve this up. So there are lots of yummy veggies in this, but this would also be really good served with a salad on the side. While meal prep does take some planning, it will save you time and money in the long run. These meals will provide several healthy options for your family throughout the week that they will enjoy. For the recipes we covered today and more, you can visit cookingmatters.org. My name is Jessica, and I will see you next time.